Ever wondered how Nigerian public universities were established and how they compare to each other? Well, buckle up, because we're about to embark on a fascinating journey through time. This video will guide you through the rich tapestry of the history of Nigerian public universities, from their humble beginnings to their current status in the world of academia. Understanding this history is not just about knowing dates and names, but also about understanding the context, the struggles, the triumphs, and the impact these institutions have had on society. We'll also be comparing these universities, shedding light on their unique strengths and challenges. This knowledge holds power. It helps us appreciate the value these institutions bring to not just Nigeria, but the world at large. It allows us to take a step back and see the bigger picture of how education has evolved in Nigeria. So are you ready? Stay tuned as we delve into the fascinating history of Nigerian public universities. The history of Nigerian public universities dates back to the colonial era, a time when Nigeria was still under the rule of the British Empire. The inception of these institutions of higher learning began with the establishment of the University of Ibadan in the year 1948. Originally, it was conceived as a college of the University of London, which made it the first public university in Nigeria. The University of Ibadan was born out of a pressing need to advance knowledge through quality education and research in Nigerian society. The founding fathers envisioned a university that would provide the newly independent Nigeria with leaders, while also serving as a beacon of intellectual capacity and a source of pride for Africans everywhere. Yet the journey wasn't always smooth sailing. The early years of the University of Ibadan were marked by a host of challenges. The university grappled with infrastructural deficiencies, an acute shortage of qualified academic staff, and financial constraints. Despite these hurdles, the university persevered, committed to its mission of fostering an environment of academic freedom where everyone had the opportunity to excel, and excel it did. The University of Ibadan overcame these challenges, growing in leaps and bounds. Today, it stands tall as a premier institution of higher learning, not just in Nigeria, but also across the African continent. The university's success is a testament to the resilience and unyielding spirit of the Nigerian people. It also set the stage for the establishment of other public universities across the country, each with its unique story, but all sharing the common goal of delivering quality education to the Nigerian youth. The establishment of the University of Ibadan was more than just the birth of an institution. It was the dawn of a new era, an era that witnessed the transformation of Nigerian tertiary education, paving the way for the development of human capital and the advancement of knowledge in the country. This marked the beginning of a new era in Nigerian tertiary education. The 1960s and 70s were a period of expansion for public universities in Nigeria. As the newly independent country sought to establish its national identity, education became a primary focus. The University of Nigeria, Nsukka, founded in October 1960, was a key figure in this expansive era. It was the first full-fledged indigenous and first autonomous university in Nigeria, modeled upon the American educational system, a departure from the British system which had been the norm. This university, with its unique approach, became a trailblazer in Nigerian education, fostering a new sense of national pride and unity. In the north, Ahmadu Bello University, named after the Sardauna of Sokoto, Alhaji Sir Ahmadu Bello, the first premier of northern Nigeria, came into existence. Established on October 4, 1962, it became the first university to be established by a regional government in Nigeria. With its strong emphasis on research and agricultural development, the university has made significant contributions to the agricultural and infrastructural development of the northern region and Nigeria as a whole. Then we have Obafemi Awolowo University, previously known as the University of Ife. Founded in 1962, it was the first university established by a Nigerian regional government, the Western Region. Its unique selling point was its commitment to cultural preservation and revitalization, as reflected in its robust Department of African Languages and Literatures. It was, and continues to be, a beacon for preserving and promoting African heritage and values. These institutions, each with their unique features and contributions, marked a pivotal turning point in Nigerian education. They focused on specific regional needs, yet maintained a universal approach to education, fostering a sense of national unity. They were the catalysts for a new era of higher education, setting the standard for other institutions that would come later. As we move forward in our journey, we'll see how these universities, with their unique features and contributions, became the foundations upon which the future of higher education in Nigeria was built. These universities set the pace for higher education in Nigeria. The military regime had a significant impact on public universities in Nigeria. The military era, which spanned several decades from the late 60s to the late 90s, was a time of major transformation for the country's educational sector. This period saw the birth of many state universities, as military governors sought to establish higher institutions in their states to foster education and development. The military regime, with its centralized power structure, was able to take decisive actions in establishing these universities. In fact, the number of state universities multiplied during this period, each one reflecting the ambition of its founding state to provide quality higher education to its citizens. However, this expansion was not without its challenges. Funding, for instance, became a significant issue. The rapid establishment of new universities stretched the country's resources thin, leading to insufficient funding for many institutions. This, in turn, impacted the quality of education, with universities struggling to maintain facilities, pay staff adequately, and provide necessary academic resources. Academic freedom was another area that suffered during the military era. The regime's autocratic nature often clashed with the academia's quest for intellectual freedom. Scholars and students alike faced restrictions on their freedom of expression and research, with the military government often intervening in academic affairs. Yet, despite these hurdles, the universities found ways to persevere. They sought alternative sources of funding, engaged in partnerships with private entities, and even started entrepreneurial ventures to generate income. The academia, too, remained steadfast in its pursuit of knowledge, pushing the boundaries of research and teaching in spite of the restrictions. The military era was indeed a time of growth and challenges for Nigerian public universities. It set the stage for the modern era of higher education in the country, shaping the landscape of public universities as we know it today. Despite these challenges, Nigerian public universities remained resilient. The turn of the millennium brought about significant changes to Nigerian public universities. As we stepped into the 21st century, the focus shifted towards more specialized education, an era where the establishment of institutions such as the Nigerian Defense Academy and the Federal University of Technology marked a new chapter in Nigerian higher education. These universities offer a unique blend of academic and practical training, creating a more holistic learning experience. The Nigerian Defense Academy, for instance, provides rigorous military and combat training alongside conventional academic programs. On the other hand, the Federal University of Technology, with its focus on technological advancements, plays a crucial role in equipping the young minds of the nation with the skills necessary to thrive in this tech-savvy world. The dawn of the new millennium also saw the advent of technology and globalization, significantly influencing the educational landscape of these institutions. With the world becoming a global village, Nigerian public universities have embraced this change, adapting their curriculum and teaching methods to meet global standards. The incorporation of digital learning tools, online classes, and international collaborations have not only broadened the horizons of students, but have also placed Nigerian public universities on the global map. However, it's important to note that these advancements have not come without challenges. As with any change, there have been growing pains. Issues such as inadequate funding, infrastructural deficiencies, and the need for well-trained faculty have posed significant hurdles. Yet, despite these obstacles, the resilience and adaptability of these institutions are commendable. Through a combination of specialized education, technological integration, and global collaborations, Nigerian public universities have evolved to meet the demands of the modern world. These changes, although challenging, have contributed to the growth and development of these institutions, creating a more dynamic and diverse educational environment. These changes have shaped the current landscape of Nigerian public universities. As we look towards the future, there's no denying the significant role these institutions will continue to play in shaping the nation's intellectual and socio-economic development. Let's compare Nigerian public universities based on a few key factors. First off, let's consider the academic programs. Nigerian public universities offer a wide range of programs, from the sciences to the arts and everything in between. However, some universities specialize in certain fields. For instance, the University of Ibadan is known for its strong medicine and health sciences programs, while Ahmadu Bello University in Zaria is recognized for its strength in agriculture. Next, let's talk about facilities. The quality and availability of facilities can greatly influence a university's ability to deliver effective education. Some universities, like the University of Lagos, boast of modern learning environments with state-of-the-art facilities, while others, particularly those in more remote areas, may not have as many resources. However, it's worth noting that many universities are making concerted efforts to improve their facilities, driven by the need to keep pace with global standards. Now, onto research output. Research is a crucial aspect of tertiary education, and Nigerian universities are making strides in this area too. For example, Obafemi Awolowo University and University of Nigeria, Nsukka, are known for their significant contributions to research in the country. They publish hundreds of research papers annually, contributing to knowledge in various fields. Let's not forget about global rankings. While Nigerian universities may not yet be among the top 50 or even 100 in the world, they're certainly making their mark. In African rankings, several Nigerian universities consistently feature among the top, with the University of Ibadan, University of Lagos, and Covenant University often leading the pack. It's important to remember that these factors aren't the be-all and end-all of a university's worth. There's also the quality of faculty, the diversity of the student body, the availability of extracurricular activities, and of course, the individual student's needs and aspirations to consider. In comparing these universities, we see a picture of diversity and dynamism. Each university, with its unique strengths and areas of focus, contributes to a rich and varied educational landscape. There's the University of Ibadan, steeped in history and prestige. There's the University of Lagos, with its modern outlook and bustling urban campus. There's Ahmadu Bello University, with its emphasis on agricultural studies, reflecting Nigeria's agricultural heritage. And of course, there are many other universities, each with its own story to tell, each playing its part in shaping Nigeria's educational future. They all have their strengths and areas for improvement, and they all play a crucial role in the country's development. So, whether you're considering studying in Nigeria or you're just interested in knowing more about Nigerian education, it's clear that the country's public universities have a lot to offer. These comparisons give us a broader perspective of the strengths and areas of improvement of each university. So, what have we learned about the history and comparison of Nigerian public universities? We've journeyed through time, starting from the birth of Nigerian public universities to their expansion, the military era, and finally, the modern era. We've seen how these institutions have evolved, adapted, and grown, shaping and being shaped by the socio-political climate of Nigeria. Let's take a moment to recollect. The story began with the establishment of the University of Ibadan in 1948, the first public university in Nigeria. It was a beacon of hope, a symbol of the country's yearning for intellectual growth and development. The university set the stage for a new era of education in Nigeria. Then came the expansion era in the 60s and 70s, a period characterized by the establishment of more public universities. These institutions, like the University of Lagos and Ahmadu Bello University, were born out of a desire to spread higher education across the regions of Nigeria. They were built on the foundations laid by the University of Ibadan, reflecting the country's diversity and commitment to knowledge. The military era was a challenging period for public universities in Nigeria. The dictatorial regime brought about policies that had significant impacts on these institutions. Despite the hardships, the universities stood their ground, serving as a beacon of hope during turbulent times. Fast forward to the modern era, a time of technological advancements and globalization. Public universities in Nigeria have embraced these changes, offering a wide range of courses and research opportunities to meet the demands of the 21st century. They have become more inclusive, providing education for all regardless of gender, religion, or ethnicity. In our comparison of Nigerian public universities, we've seen that while they share a common goal of delivering quality education, each has its unique strengths. Some excel in sciences, others in arts and humanities. Some have a strong focus on research, while others prioritize community engagement. Yet they all contribute to the development of the nation and its people. It's important to remember that these universities are more than just institutions. They are microcosms of Nigeria, reflecting the country's history, culture, and aspirations. They are platforms for intellectual discourse, fostering innovation, and driving societal change. They are the engines that power the nation's development. As we conclude our journey, let's take a moment to appreciate the value and impact of these institutions. They have played and continue to play a crucial role in shaping Nigeria's socio-economic landscape. They have produced leaders, innovators, and change-makers who have contributed greatly to the nation and beyond. Understanding this history and comparison not only enlightens us, but also helps us appreciate the value and impact of these institutions.